next step that we're going to do is we are going to sew this inseam. And like I taught you with all the previous lessons, is clothing is always sewn at a 5/8 inch seam allowance. So this is a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and you want it nice and straight like that so it's easy to press and it looks nice on your pajama pants. We've done the edge finish, we pinned them together, and now we're going to sew where we pinned. So I've already taken the pins out of this leg. We're going to do this twice, once on each leg. So this is one leg, and here's the other leg. So here's the one we just pinned, and we're going to put it underneath here. We're going to line it up on the 5/8 inch line on the stitch plate right here on the Berninas. You'll have to make sure you know where it is on your machine that you're sewing on. And you're going to put your foot down and your presser foot down, and you're going to do a little back stitch. Oops, first we're going to change the machine back to a straight stitch. And so it should have no width, and it should be a 2.5 about stitch length. So we're going to do a back stitch, and then we're going to keep sewing, and I'm keeping this flat and straight under the machine, and I'm not watching the needle. I'm watching this 5/8 inch line, and I'm keeping this edge of the fabric lined right up to the 5/8 inch line. Now when you come to the notch, the single notch there, or any notches, you shoot past them like they're not there. So you just ignore them and go right past them, keeping your edge of your fabric lined up right on the edge of the stitch plate. And notice, because my pins are perpendicular to the needle can go right over the top of them. The way you get a nice straight 5/8 inch seam, or any kind of straight seam, is to go at kind of a nice medium speed. If you go too slow or too fast, that's when you get out of control of the machine and it gets crooked. So you're going to go at nice medium speed, and because this is such a long seam, you're going to have to stop and like straighten it periodically. Okay, and then we're coming down to the end of the seam, and we are going to back stitch at the end. And then you're going to pull your thread out of you're going to pull your pajama pants out of the machine and cut your threads nice and short like that, so that you don't have a big thread spider web mess as you go to the next step. So you're going to cut that, and then you're going to take all the pins out. And now you should repeat that on the other leg, so that you have 2 legs of your pajama pants that are ready to go. The next step that we're going to do after we get these pins out is we're going to go to the iron, and we are going to press these seams open.